Oh, I forgot. I was so excited. I have a countdown
Hmm.
now. I have a countdown now.
Okay.
But I'm gonna do the countdown right now
Okay.
just because I feel like it. But I was just so excited to get on. So here's the real countdown, right? Here we go.
Hmm.
I've been struggling to keep my head held high, my head held high. And I've been struggling to keep this pain inside, this pain inside.
We on
See, there
mute.
we
Okay.
go.
Yeah. 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 There
See,
we go.
yo, now we started it off right. Now we started it off
Hmm.
right. That's how you started off. What's good, Daniel? Salute to you. Woodley was here. Hello, man. And man, big shout out to Real Talk. Here's his channel here, man. And man, I mean, Real Talk's doing great things in the streaming world, bro. I'm actually very happy to hear and some of the news he told me, man. If you want to say it, you're more than welcome to say it. But man, yeah, I'm so happy for Real Talk, man. My bro, how long has it been since like you started like doing videos and like just like pulling up to open gym and stuff like that? How long has it been? Like 2, 3 years?
That was what, 22?
Dang, 3 years.
22, 23, something like that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so started out there. Um, y'all would bring me up, regularly or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I always had a good time. From there, also just kind of was into Twitter at the time, doing
I
spaces and
remember
just
that.
talking about like other people's like communities. I would go into there and see what they talking about. Shout out to Ev. I always shout out Ev Facts and Stats on Twitter. Um,
Hmm.
from there, did one myself. Kind of, started one with Clutch Kingdom on Twitter. If you were there, you know the days.
Hmm.
Did that before the Laker games.
I remember
Then
you was doing like Laker Kingdom and everything. I remember all of that.
yeah, yeah, that was Clutch. Yeah, yeah, that was Clutch Kingdom.
Yeah, that's dope,
Clutch
man.
Kingdom. Yeah, and
So
then
now, oh, go ahead.
found started doing. Low told me about this app called Playback at the time. This was when it was just coming out. He was like, "Hey man, I want you to stream with me. Woo, woo, woo. Do a stream with me." Went on there,
Hmm.
had a good time. Always could pop up, when I was free or whatever, and the game was playing. It's always shout out to Low. Um, from there, kind of just got a little audience from that on the app already. Started my own room, and it's been going well.
Man, I'm happy to hear it, man. Salute to Real Talk, bro. Um, yeah, man, bro, I'm happy, bro. I'm happy you here. I'm happy you grinding. We also did some shows on this platform before.
Yep.
Um, and yeah, man, I mean, even when I first met you, like the first times you was pulling up, I was like, you know what? I like I like this guy. I said he
Hmm.
knows, he's pretty sound. He knows what he's talking about and everything. And I like people that has a mind for themselves, even if the mind for themselves is actually like different from mine. I just like
Hmm.
people who have their own thought, and I can tell that with you. So, man,
Yeah.
I'm so glad. I'm so happy for you, man. And you've been grinding, man. And you've been on the panel recently too, right? Like every now and then.
Yeah. So I do that like a couple of times a week now. I've been doing
Hmm.
that for a few months now. And yeah, you're right. Yeah, you would always invite me over here. I could always come over here to the Dubs world.
You
Get
used
on
to
the
drink
stream
on there,
too.
bro. I don't drink no more,
Yeah,
bro.
had us drink war. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Wild, wild. But yo, you was always there pulling up. Oh, you know what?
Yep.
Actually, that reminds me because I'm gonna send you something. I will tell you after the stream because I don't do stuff like that for show.
Hmm.
but I got to send you some stuff because I kept forgetting, and I do have to send you stuff for that specifically. You'll get it. You'll get it. You got the same Cash App, so don't worry about it. But yeah, I do have to send you some stuff for that because I always did appreciate you for always pulling up on there, and I appreciate everybody here pulling up now, even before. I always appreciate you for that. So I have to send you some stuff. But man, let's talk some basketball real quick. But first, before we get into SGA, right? Did you see Trae Young? Did you see the Trae Young video?
I did see Trae Young respond to Patrick Beverley, and I loved it. I loved it, man. I think, I think it's fun that there are levels.
My bad. Look at Ty. Look at Ty.
Look at Tyson. Yeah, look at Tyson.
Don't swear in here.
Tyson.
You know, bro.
Tyson was in my room arguing with me the other day about Michael Jordan and how Michael Jordan would.
We'll get into it later. We'll get into it later.
But Trae Young responded like he should have responded. You know what I'm saying? If it's always going to be levels to the basketball thing and the level of
Am I tweaking? Oh. Yo, y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Okay, I thought it was my Wi-Fi for a second. So chat, this is real talk, right? This is real talk. His Wi-Fi's cooked. Yo, hold up. He's on the phone right now. Hold up. Bro, what happened? Bro,
you know how like your place the power cut off and then come back on?
Oh my goodness,
bro,
yes.
All my power just went out, bro. And then it was back on. I don't know what just happened. It's not raining or nothing. I don't know what the fuck.
Oh my goodness. Okay. You still got the link, so it'll be ready when you get back here.
Whenever I'm rebooted, I'm back.
Bro, I was over here and I didn't want to be rude because I was like, maybe it's my Wi-Fi acting up. So I didn't want to be rude and talk while you were saying whatever you had to say. And I'm just like, I'm looking at my chat like, yo, I hope someone says something because I have no clue if it's me or not. But I'll see you. I'll see you when you get in here. So yeah, as you can see, guys, Real Talk is going to be back soon, but his that power got cut out. So yeah, what he was talking about before, Trae Young and Patrick Beverley, right? There's been some things going on where Patrick Beverley had on his show. They were talking about the All-Stars, and then he insinuated that the All-Stars basically don't care about, basketball like that. Especially during like All-Star weekend and stuff like that. He was just like going at the All-Stars, and then he mentioned Trae Young. He talked about Trae Young and how he's a bad teammate. Teammates don't even like him, and he talked about Trae Young because there was a tweet out. He posted a tweet, and then Trae Young responded to that tweet and basically said, so the first thing was the tweets, and Trae Young said, what did he say? He says something along the lines of, just keep it, he said, relax, man, let the All-Star speak for themselves. Basically, because Patrick Beverley was basically insinuating that the All-Stars don't really care about basketball like that. So then Patrick Beverley got on his podcast. Now he went into Trae Young, talking about how he ain't win like that. He don't win this. He don't win that. Patrick Beverley, Trae Young shouldn't be talking to him like that because, he's not even, winning on the same level as him. And it was just weird. I'm not going to lie. That was weird from Patrick Beverley. So, yeah, that happened. And then Trae Young had a response video, man. And I'm not going to lie. It was like I seen a video that was like 11 minutes long. But when I say Trae Young went in on Patrick Beverley, and I mean – he went in on him. He's saying, bro, you had James Harden, LeBron, Russ, who else did he say? Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. He hit him with the, and you only went to one conference finals, bro. He said, I went to a conference finals in my 3rd year. And then he I'm not gonna lie, you gotta watch the video. Trae Young was going in on him. And then he's talking about how, and Trae Young, he kept repeating where, bro, I don't even want to do this, bro. Like he's mad, he was just mad calm with it. I don't even want to do this, bro. I don't even want to do this, fam. Like, but you know, you had to say this and say we don't care. You know, you got to let the people speak for themselves. And I actually do agree with Trae Young on that aspect, right? He said something towards the end of the video saying, basically, especially with the players, and this is the thing that actually needs to be understood, right? The players basically retiring, going into retirement, they're turning 37, 40 years old and getting into the media. You know, let's not do this, in my opinion, at least from my perspective, and I agree with Trae Young in this perspective of, you know, the players, especially since you've been through it, you understand the unfair criticism that happens. Like, let's not do the same thing that past players have done or what the media does now or what the media has always done. Like, you're here, you're supposed to be here to provide a new perspective, but a lot of the players getting into the media is doing a lot of the same old stuff from before. Now, maybe that's just history repeating itself, but I do agree with Trae Young where, man, like, let's not do that. Like, let's bring each other up, or, you know, make it fun. You know, I love Jeff Teague podcast, right? The Jeff Teague podcast is hilarious because, you know, when they talk about things, they make it fun, they make it entertaining. Even Gil's Arena. And maybe you can say they do talk about it in an old light. You know, I don't see, maybe besides Gil, but I don't see a lot of, you know, disrespecting the players. You feel me? Like, that's my thing, at least. When we're going to sit here and talk about basketball, and I've actually shifted completely to like the other side. But when we're going to talk about basketball and these players and these guys, and then you got Patrick Beverley, who's a role player, talking about like a 30-point per game scorer who also averages like 9 assists. It's in my head, it's like, what's the reason for it? I mean, what's the reason for the disrespect and the bashing? And even for fans, like, y'all fans, bro. Like, majority of people, I'm a fan. We're fans. Why are we going to be trying to disrespect these guys like that? Like, we just fans. Now, I could be honest with, like, I did a video on Magic Johnson, and people could classify that as disrespectful because I said I just don't see how his game could work. To me, I'm just being honest with his game and everything and how I see it, right? But I do appreciate Magic Johnson for what he's done and everything he's done. I just don't see how someone can be like, yeah, Magic would be the best scorer in today's league. I just don't get that. And I just provided my reasons why for that, right? But when it comes to just disrespecting people and disrespecting these great players in the league, I think that's something that everybody as a whole just got to like you're not even enjoying the game anymore, in my mind. Like, you just, a lot of times people just be disrespecting for no reason. And I do agree with Trae where, especially the players getting into the media, like, why are you doing the same thing that everyone was doing before? That doesn't make sense to me. But go ahead, real talk, because you was about to go on your little monologue, but power cut out.
Oh yeah. Well, I heard you talking about like the players going into the media and doing the same thing. Yeah, I really do not understand that logic at all. Like, you as a player, you complain about the media and how it operates, to go then be a part of the same media and do the exact same thing and operate the exact same way. I don't get that. And also, I will say this though, Dub. I think you talking about enjoying the game, and I think enjoying the game is the essence in the beginning of bad takes. That's why I don't mind them, because what that person is doing is like they're fanned out over whatever it is that they're watching. That's really what it is. They're saying this is absolutely amazing. This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
that's part of being a fan, right? Even like when we say recency bias, I think recency bias is part of being a fan. Nigga, I just saw some of the greatest I've ever seen in my life. Like, but then you have to reel that in and be like, okay, yes, now I'll be super objective about it. But yeah, live in a moment sometimes. You know what I'm saying? When Luka scores 75 next year, I'm going to say he's the best player in the world. Will I absolutely believe it? Probably not. But for 72 hours, I will. I just saw him drop 75. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just part of it. And that should be accepted. I'm sorry.
I agree with you where, especially with those overreactions, I think the NBA fan base is ruining basketball to me. Because like you said earlier, like recency bias, being found out, or even bias to a player, like that's a part of enjoying the sport. That's a part of enjoying the entertainment factor of what this is. And when you take that out the game, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, real talk, like this is a game. It's just a game. This ain't life and death. No one's damning their soul. Like, no one's dying. No one's dying because you want to sit here and be like, I don't know what, Jimmy Butler's the best player in the world. Who's going to die? No one is. So then why are we over here acting like it's like so disrespectful or bashing people so hard? Bro, let them be fanned out. Let's enjoy it. This is a part of it. And that's a part of that's a part of enjoying the sport. I agree with you, right? Like when Luka, you know me, I love Luka. I've been a fan of Luka since what? That Reggie Miller stuff. That not Reggie Miller, Reggie Jackson when he shot over him in 2020 in the bubble. After that, I was he's one of the ones. Like him doing that when they was doing the whole Black Lives Matter, that was just disrespectful to me. Like he shouldn't have done that at that time. That was just that was crazy to me. But
I was going around telling all my Houston people that Luka was better than Harden in 2020.
Yeah, bro. And that's
I have been a Luka guy. Yeah. I'm with you.
When Luka pulling Rudy Gobert out and taking a jump shot on his mitt, yeah, Rudy Gobert overrated, bro. Screw it. Like screw it, bro. Like enjoy the game, and I think that's really being lost. Especially with a lot of these like NBA talks, like everyone's. I'm sorry, I don't mean to diss anybody, but like Swiper, bro, like everyone's trying so hard to be like philosophical, like they're Socrates and everything, bro. Cut that out, man. I'm good off that. Like I'm good. I don't care about those freaking numbers, them stats, and everything, bro. Is you good or is you not? Simple, bro. Is you like that or is you not? Simple. I'm tired of this nonsense. And real talk, I'm not gonna lie. The break I've had, I'm not gonna hold you. I think I've shifted completely. Because if I'm getting in them circles, I'm not gonna lie. I would just be like, bro, I don't care about what you have to say. I would literally say, man, these numbers and everything and stats and all this stuff, like, bro, why are you trying so hard? Am I lying, real talk? Like, why are you trying so hard?
I think that they're wanting to find, and there's a few people that's kind of like in that lane that like Swiper does. I would say,
and I don't mean I'm sorry. I want to.
No, I know.
I'm not saying. I'm just using it as an example.
Yeah,
I think Swiper's still a cool and nice dude. It's just when he gets on that level, it's like I'd rather not. You know.
But I always appreciate the effort though, because it is at least trying to bring tangible evidence to an argument. And I do think there's always a balance though, right? There is some kind of, you do need facts and statistics to back up a lot of what you're saying. I'm not going to disagree with that. But I also, like, I'm watching these players. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what the numbers say. Like, and I understand them, and I believe in a lot of them. I get it, and you bring evidence to your argument. That's fine. But if you're honestly going to tell me that, like, Jokic protects the rim or isn't then I'm just, I don't know what your numbers say, but I mean, like, I watched the brother. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
I don't even want to talk about. But I appreciate the seeking of evidence to an argument. That's fine and dandy with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to always disagree. I mean, always agree just because. And we're starting to get to a point because a number says so. We believe it, and I know that sounds like contradictory or whatever because it's a fact, but there's always context to statistics. And Dub, what's happened is that a lot of the conversation used to get put on championships and MVPs and stuff like that. But a lot of people had a problem with a winning culture, and so what happened is that we use statistics to contextualize winning and saying that just because you win more doesn't make you a better player because we've been fighting against that argument. But now
but the same also has to be said with the numbers too, right?
And that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm about to say. I think now though, we've gotten to the point that we need to start contextualizing statistics just like we contextualize like championships and winning, because net rating and offensive rating and
net rating,
and all of that, like
RTS and stuff like, and I agree with you, Real Talk, right? I think, and this is as humans, we got to be understandable, right? No matter which way we're going to rank, no matter which way we're going to look at things, either numbers, and even them, they say, nah, you can't just use numbers like points, rebounds, and assists, but they still use numbers. They just use different types of numbers. You feel me? Like there's still numbers.
And they very much still use points, rebounds, and assists.
Yeah, and everyone, like there's no way you can't use points. There's everything.
And you should be able to say, hey, if he's averaging 33, 10, and 13, yeah. I mean,
yeah, that's insane.
That means something. Like
that does mean something. But that's where it's shifting to where, okay, I think we corrected the thought process of, all right, winning isn't everything. But now it's going way to the other side of like, okay, now numbers are everything. And it's also not like that as well. So that's where they're like, I think you said it earlier, where there needs to be a balance between the two. But this is the thing with human beings where, and we never going to find that. We're not perfect. There's always going to be a flaw, whichever way we rank.
Yep.
And that's why I would bring it back to like, just enjoy the sport. Just enjoy it, man. Just enjoy it. I love enjoying it. And, to go back to what we're talking about with Trae Young, like, I do find it crazy that these players, these ex-NBA players that, he's probably cool with James. He's probably cool with is he cool with CP3? I don't know. Cool with Kawhi Leonard. Cool with Paul George. Cool with all these guys. A lot of guys who didn't win besides Kawhi that I just mentioned. Russell Westbrook. He's cool with those guys. So he understands the criticism that they even go through. Why you're doing that to Trae Young? That don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
That's just me. Ty, salute to you, my brother. Salute, fellas. Keep up the good hoop combos. Ty, we got to get you up here too as well. I got to get you up here. I appreciate you too, Ty. But the state of basketball, and I think it's correcting in a way, but it was too much on the fandom part. Now it's shifting more to the too much analytical part. So now we got. But
you actually, it's actually hilarious though. However way we get there, we're arriving to a lot of the same conclusions, right? Like relatively speaking, say, okay, oh my God, you have Jokic at 1 and Giannis at 3, and I have Giannis at 1 and Jokic at 2. You see, like at the end of the day, everybody still acknowledges we know the best players in the league, even from a fan aspect, is Jokic, Giannis.
It's just the placement. Yeah.
Luka. It's just the placement. Yeah. It's like we're watching and we're coming to the I don't need to know nobody's offensive rating to watch those 4 guys and be like, no, they're kind of like better than everybody else. Okay, cool. Got it. Whatever ranking of them you want to do or whatever, cool. You know what I'm saying? Or even the controversial ones as far as an all-time ranking, like the stats would have Kobe at like 10. But I'm like, no, he's at 3. But in the grand scheme of things, Dub, we're saying out of every basketball player that's ever played basketball in the history of the game, we're 7 slots apart. Like, okay, we know he's a great player. Like, he's amongst the best of the best of the best, either way it goes. So I don't know. We're coming to a lot of the same conclusions anyway. So
it's the same conclusions. It's at a different point. I like engaging in those because, and that's another thing that people should be more open to. Like, I don't mind disagreeing and even having some heated like conversations about like rankings of players, as long as everyone's having a good time. Yeah. You know, I think there's a lot of people out there that, man, it's just sometimes they're not even having a good time having a conversation. It's just like, I don't like what this guy said. He don't like what I said. And it kind of gets a little bit personal there. And in my head, it's like if me and you, right, real talk, for example, like I know me and you could get in probably a crazy heated conversation about anybody, but like afterwards, like it's whatever. Like we don't care. Yeah. Right. I like those. I like conversations like that. And I think it's fun. I think it's a part of, to me, it's a part of enjoying the sport. Like in the 80s and the 90s, even 2000s, like, bro, you have, what were they talking about? All right, before MJ was winning. Oh, is MJ gonna win? Oh, is Larry Bird and Magic Johnson? Bunch of
we're the ones that are hooked. We're the ones that are all up in a tizzy about, oh, you have KG 12th and not 18th. Nigga, we're obsessed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody actually gives a damn about that in real life.
Yeah, just watch the like, a little bit, brother. It's okay.
Yeah, it's damn cool.
Or might as well stay away from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't care. Like, real people in real life don't care that you have KG 12 and not 18. Like, no, we're the ones that are hooked, obsessed about the sport.
But it's fun to talk about, right? Let's say if it was a verse, if you have KG 18, because I got KG pretty high too. Dang, bro, who you got over him? If you say Dr. J, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm good off that. I would be. And to me, it's like, it's funny, right? Actually, it's funny because I was actually having a conversation with, on Tuesday night, we were having a conversation. I was having a conversation with some people. And it's funny because I was asked I think someone, it was like, I forget how someone asked me the question, but it's like, yo, how many kids would you have? I was like, bro, I don't have a limit. I said, if I have 10, I have 10. To me, I don't care. Right? It's up to the girl. Bro, when I say mad people were like, you know, we were talking about it, we were engaging in conversation, and you know, it was fun, and you know, we was kind of going at it, nothing crazy, but you know those conversations where you're going, it's hype. And then what's it called? Yeah, and then afterwards I got a text and everything, was like, yo, I said, you're crazy. And I was like, I know. And kept it at that. It's all love though, you know? And it's like stuff like that. Like people, I think people, especially in today's age, they lost the ability to disagree and just like be cool with it. Like it gets personal or even it gets borderline disrespectful. They don't know how to disagree respectfully. That's what I should say. You feel me? I mean, have you seen that a lot of times in the basketball circles? Because some people go at it.
It just depends. For me, it just depends on like what kind of relationship I have with you personally. So like, I know me and Lo, we can talk crazy to each other, but that's because like I know Lo, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Same with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
But it should still be with a stranger, in my opinion, right? Like even with a guy,
this is what I'm saying. As far as a stranger, I've never really had like not online, like on Twitter or nothing like that. Twitter's
different.
Insane. Yeah, but I'm saying like on a show or something like that. If I don't know you and you don't know me, like. Most of the time, it's going to be a respectful disagreement. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've experienced on, most of the time.
Well, to me, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, even with somebody I don't know like that, get a little hype over a conversation for like sports, but like understanding it's just on that level. I am open for those. To me, you know.
Yeah.
But outside of that, we kind of went through a little rabbit hole there, and we were just talking about Trae Young, and then we went through a whole different segment. But Trae Young cooked him, man. I'm not gonna lie, Trae Young cooked him bad.
Yeah, Trae Young. I'm glad he got that off against Pat Bev. I'm very much so glad he got that off against Pat Bev, man. Because again, a lot of players and a lot of people want to assign a level of expertise to the game depending on what level you played at, right? And yes, Patrick Beverly is an NBA player, but he is not a Trae Young NBA player. So if we're going to be consistent with that logic, through and through, Pat can't tell Trae Young much anything, for real.
If we're going to be honest, yeah. But then fans also need to, if you're going to have that stance, a lot of fans need to understand that you can't tell a lot of these players anything too, in my mind.
Yeah.
Right? Even me, like back then, like, I'm going to be honest, like, bro, y'all don't know what it is to handle a double team on an NBA floor. You got 2 6'8" guys with long wingspans, and you got to sit here and try to pass over that or try to get a good shot off of that. Like, no one as a majority of people as fans, like, y'all haven't been in those scenarios. Like, you just don't know what it's like. So, yeah, you could criticize all this guy about not handling double teams, and you could be honest and real with that, right? But when you're kind of shifting it to where you're kind of disrespecting this guy and, like, who he is as a player, if I'm going to be honest, like, y'all don't know what that world is like. So how can I listen to someone else criticize and even try to tell someone else how to improve on their game? And that's what a lot of these NBA – I seen KD beefing on Twitter. Like, a lot of these NBA players are like, bro, y'all not even in these – like, y'all don't even know these circumstances to try to criticize us and tell us what to do in these scenarios because y'all don't even know. I do agree with that to an extent. Like, if you don't really know what that world is like, especially with those athletes, and you just watch, like, you're not even involved in it. You don't coach. You don't sit here and you don't play it like that. If you don't even play in the park, bro, I'm just sitting here like, bro, don't be trying to correct somebody's game like you know something when you're not even involved like that, in my mind. That's how I view it, real talk. I could be wrong with that, but if you're not even involved in it like that, you don't have that, because experience is key. Experience is key in everything in life. I can't tell a doctor what to do just because I watch videos. I can't tell him how to do a surgery. I ain't never do it. I can watch all the videos I want. I ain't gonna tell a doctor how to do their job. So why are we telling basketball players how to do theirs?
The thing is, though, is that from the outside looking in, I mean, you can actually quite literally tell them where they are going wrong. But the thing is that
why would you tell them anything wrong if there's no solution?
But you in that position, I mean, you would be getting everything wrong, and not doing anything right.
If you can't provide a solution, or your solution just doesn't make sense, that's my thing. If I can't provide a solution to something, real talk, why would I come to you about something you're doing wrong when I can't even provide that solution for you?
But I mean, so to use your example though of like passing out of a double team with 2 6'8" players on you and whatnot, I mean the solution is quite singular and focused. It is to get better passing out of double teams. Now, does he have that sounds easy to do? Yes, I agree with you. Like there's a high difficulty of doing that, but that is the solution, though. It's for him to get better.
Yeah, it's the solution, but that's not like anybody could say that. There needs to be something that they can build upon, in my opinion, right? Like, bro, like, I've actually been getting better over the years playing ball. So, like, when I've been going outside, a lot of people have been giving me the ball more. I hate these double teams, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like it. It's so annoying to deal with. And it's like when I think about how an NBA player feels on that level, there's like little minute details that you just like, I don't even want to know what they even go through, because it's I'm on a low level playing, bro. And that joint is annoying. I can't imagine it on a high level, fam. And that's where I'm just sitting here like, I'm not gonna lie, majority of fans who are not even in it, in my opinion, just need to just be fans, enjoy the sport, and shut up trying to tell these guys how to play basketball. Because why should they listen to you? In my mind, I don't know why. I don't know why they would listen to anybody.
I mean, but okay, so here's the thing though, because they get coached by players who can't do what they do.
No, that's why I
well,
said in
not
the
coached by,
beginning.
but they get coached, like like it's like
That's where I said in the beginning, like if you're not coaching, you're not involved in it like that. Like if you're literally like, all right, majority of my basketball intake is NBA, because majority of it is just NBA, what I see on YouTube, and like the games I watch. If that's majority of your intake and there's no like firsthand experience, through coaching, through playing it, through any type of experience like that, like what are you talking about? At least those trainers, they actually have the experience of being in there and actually being around the sport, not just the NBA. They're around the sport as a totality. A lot of people just NBA fans and not basketball fans.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I've learned that actually recently that is more of a fact than I thought.
So why should an NBA
because
player?
I've just kind of grown up around the sport just my whole, you play AAU. I watch AAU games. I watch middle school games. I watch high school games.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie. If you said something in my mind, if you said something to like maybe I could take to improve myself in something in some areas, right? Or maybe even at some level an NBA player, I'll be like, okay, I can probably see. I'm gonna try to understand where real talk is coming from, right? And see what get his perspective on it. You feel me? You got some of that firsthand experience, and that means something to me. It always meant something. I just never wanted to voice it. I'm gonna be honest. I just never. I couldn't voice it at that point because the way I was I was Mr. Right or Mr.
I can definitely like see what you're saying, but I guess you don't see knowing the statistic profile like of players and stuff like that as part of the real basketball ecosystem, and like it really is now. And they are really they're a real part of the ecosystem.
Nah, because I mean, when I look at a guy like Kendrick Nunn, Kendrick Nunn's a great hooper to me. I think Kendrick Nunn's a phenomenal basketball player. He just couldn't have the numbers in the NBA because of situation and then the archetype of player in which he was, and a bit of politics, right? But I thought he was a great basketball player. And then when he goes overseas, he's like competing for MVP. It's like, and there's a lot of guys like that. So especially Michael Beasley is another one.
Well, when you've been around the game or you played the game or whatever, like so in Houston, when I was playing, like during the summer, a lot of times overseas players would start coming to that gym. It was a 24-hour fitness, Westheimer and Derry Ashford. That 24-hour used to be jumping over there because Euro players used to go over there, and then it's a Lifetime in City Center that they go to where you can get some good runs in and stuff. And like to see how good those players are, and know like these are like you start talking to a lot of these players, and they're like, yeah, I've tried out for a couple NBA teams, but I didn't make the roster. But if you're out there playing with them, you're like, how? There's no way it gets like way better than this. These niggas, these people out here not missing, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Bro, they out here getting by, dunking on it. Bro, these people are amazing. Handle crazy skills to pay the bills, bro. Do you hear me?
That's why I say basketball is the hardest sport. When it comes to not hardest sport, but like to get into the NBA, like to get into that professional level, basketball probably is the hardest sport to get into that professional NBA level because, like you said, there's hoopers out there, but there's like levels to levels of those types of hoopers. You feel me? Like the best person in your state, guess what? They probably not even top 300 in the NBA or even 400 or not even close to that. Maybe even 1,000. That's crazy to me. Just wild. They're wild.
Those people in the NBA are insanely good, bro. But there are so many insanely good basketball players, just period, that aren't even in the NBA. And I think, like, the more you're around it, especially if like you're growing up and you get to have those kind of experiences and stuff, like you just, you know a Cole Hooper when you see one, bro. Like that just kind of is what it is. Isaiah Briscoe to me will always be one of my favorite basketball players, and he's cold.
Yeah,
he didn't pan down the NBA. With Isaiah Briscoe can
cold.
I'm talking about that boy is him.
Hey, so real talk. Let's get into SGA here, right? Because we kept going through. We went down a lot of rabbit holes, right? But that's why I like talking.
We always do, yeah.
We always do, but it's like it flows good, and it's like building, like it steps to it, and it goes up. It doesn't just stay here, right? So that's why I like those. I like those types of combos, right? But SGA, right? MVP, Finals MVP. I think he was an all defensive player. One of the few players. Did he get another award? I forgot. Well, I forget. But
scoring, I think scoring title. Yeah,
scoring title, right? Him, MJ. I don't remember who else, but he's one of the few people to ever do that in NBA history, right? Brought the Thunder their first title in their history, right? So a lot of these talks has been happening. I kind of missed it, but is SGA the greatest Thunder of all time?
You know, I've been pondering this question, but then this is what I asked myself after I asked that, Dub. I didn't say, why wouldn't he be? Like, I know what we want to say, well, KD's a better player than him. But I can then argue still, though, that even before KD, you could argue Russ a better Thunder, like, you know, depending on what you value, because Russ was there a little bit longer. You know, what KD
Russ was the heart and soul of OKC for a good minute.
KD going to Golden State after just losing to Golden, like, you know, Russ sticking that out. I can argue that a player who was never as good as him was already the greatest Thunder ever. So I think he is. I mean, he won he won the inaugural championship, doing it in a season where he performed. That season stacks up with a lot of Kevin Durant's best seasons himself. That was an incredible season SGA just had. So I don't really see why wouldn't he be, besides just Durant nostalgia at this point, really.
Well, it's Durant and Russ, right? And I think a lot of people, I heard this a lot where like they think KD's probably the best player, but like this reminds me of like D Wade and Braun in Miami. D Wade is the greatest Heat of all time, without question. But LeBron is the best Miami player we've ever seen, right? So when I look at this, when I think about this conversation, that's how I view it. Where if we want to say SGA, we would have to be like, okay, if SGA retired now, is he the greatest? I think with the more time SGA plays on the Thunder, then he will become the best because he brought the ring and everything. The only person I think could probably be over him as the greatest Thunder, because a lot of this is feelings based as well, is Russ. You feel me? Russ was like the heart and soul of that crew. KD left the way he did. He stayed and he tried everything he could. Like Russ and OKC, bro, they were like this. Like he was literally the heart and soul of them. And everyone from OKC, they still to this day love Russ with all their heart. All their heart. Right?
As far as from that aspect, I can see Russ still maybe having that right now. I don't know.
And he did some historic things. 3 straight triple doubles.
How do you think Oklahoma City fans in Oklahoma City are talking about SGA right now, Doug?
Honestly, I mean, I seen that parade. I don't think they care like that. You seen that parade?
They were out there. They were out there.
You sure?
That was one bad picture of that parade. That parade had plenty of people there.
I would have to talk more with like an Oklahoma. I know a couple OKC fans like from out here. You know, they still love Russ to this day. So this is probably anecdotal for me. But SGA, to me, I would probably say SGA is the greatest. He brought a ring there. It's similar to how I think, like, so Toronto Raptors, Kawhi Leonard and Vince Carter. Like, who's the greatest Raptor? If someone said Kawhi, I can get it. But if someone said maybe Vince or someone else because they've been there longer, I could also understand that. To me,
I think the different because if you ask me the question right now, then I see that argument for Russ. But I am very much just assuming that SGA is going to have, like, he really has no reason to leave OKC. I'm seeing SGA there, like,
that's why I said
5
like
more years. And so now what? We're just waiting on the years, basically, is what you're saying?
Yeah, honestly, I really think with SGA, you're just waiting on the years. I think probably like 2 or 3 more years of like him playing like this and everything. Then I think that it's just, to me, I look more of the sentimental aspect with Russ, where like, but what he was doing, averaging 3 straight triple doubles, your man's left you, pause, but your man's KD left you the way he did, and you still was like, no, this is the place I want to be. He means a lot to that city. So it's like, that's where I'm kind of like, dag, like that's crazy to me. So that's the only one. I don't think KD could, I think KD's the best Thunder, but when it talks to greatest, and I think greatest conversations gets more in the more nostalgia feelings types of conversations and basically what you've done and what you've meant to this city. And Russ still to this day means a lot to the city of OKC. I think right now, just as much as SGA, despite SGA winning the title. He definitely means just as much. More years under his belt.
It's not even going to be. If they go back to back, that's it. Yeah. If they win the championship next year, he has another season. Right. He just played, and they go back to back. I mean, it's over.
No, you're right. Yeah. He won back to back. 30 points a game. Yeah. Do you think Shea? So I gave my top 3 yesterday. Not yesterday, the last stream I had. Jokic, Giannis, and to me it's Luka. Right? I have Shea at 4 though. But I think to break in that realm, like that's like the tier 1 for me, I guess you could say, those 3. So then I had some people bring up Shea and everything. So what are you? I wonder where's your ranking and your thoughts on Shea and where he fits in the top 4 players in the league right now.
I have Shea 4th as well, but the difference between, I guess, us though is I have him as that tier player with the other 3. Like I think the break is at 5, but SGA is as good as Luka, Giannis, and like he's in that tier player.
I don't listen, and respect to you because you give a lot of credit to Giannis, and I'm actually shifting a bit because I think Giannis has been getting disrespected a lot. When I think he's been actually like playing at a very, very good level, even higher level. You could probably make the argument than he has in the past. Bro, the man's dropping 30 on 60%. Like that's crazy to me. So like a guy like Giannis and Shea's offensive game. Shea's offensive game is really good. I think he gets in his head too much and he tries to do hero ball too much. Luka does the same thing a bit, but Shea's just like he's very sporadic at times. Like watching that finals, bro, I was like, yo, Shea, what are you doing? What shots are you taking? Why are you taking this off the screen pull-up 3? Like that's not really you all the time. Like you bump, get to your spot. You know, you're patient and everything. Like that's your game, and he was rushing a lot of the time.
Every time I saw Shea shoot a pull-up 3 or that step back 3, I felt like he bailed out the defense every single time he shot that shot. Every single time, even if he made it, every single time he shot that little.
Because he could do so much more. Like he could do so much more, and I'm like, you're not even playing your game. So like that's where to me Shea holds back, and even the passing when I'm looking at Luka and Jokic, and then
now that was
not really Giannis. Huh?
To me, if you are to make that argument, like as far as him being a step below those other players, that was a bit concerning what I saw in some of those playoff games.
Yeah, he was getting trapped bad. I was like, dang, bro, this is bad.
But he usually cleaned it up the next game though. But he would have like these few games where it's like you are really struggling to pass the ball.
Right? No, he's looking down. I'm looking at him like, why are you looking down,
brother?
Oh yeah, I was like, dang, man. It was sad to see, but like you said, he bounced back the next game.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll just have moments like that, and that's where Giannis struggles with that a bit too. But when I'm looking at Luka and Jokic, bro, like that, the offense they have is like it's crazy what they can do. And then Giannis, I think Giannis is like also in that tier because the athleticism he has and how he can use it both offensively and defensively. Like you can't teach that. Like you really can't teach that. You can't teach someone to be that dominant, you know? Like you just can't.
And even though he's not like the athlete, because I've been hearing like Giannis isn't the athlete he used to be, and that is true. Like he's not as fast, he's not as quick.
It don't matter.
But it's like we called him Greek freak for a reason. He's like, I mean, if not like LeBron tier peak athlete level, it's like the one right, but bro,
who, Giannis?
Yes.
Why isn't he in that tier?
I'm just saying, I wouldn't.
The tier of athleticism and like history, like you got LeBron, MJ, Shaq to fall in there.
He got to be up there.
How is Giannis not up there?
Yeah, he got to be up, bro. 7 foot moving like that, bro.
7 foot moving like that with that wingspan like that, is crazy.
And then being able to put on that muscle on his frame, because that's really what changed the game too, right there. When he put on that weight, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But still moving like that, jumping like,
bro, it's crazy.
All he do is run and dunk. They can't stop him from doing it. What you want him to do? Yeah, he can run and dunk the 30. He sure can. Absolutely,
it, bro. He throw long behind arms, bro. He just throws it in there. Just throw it in there, bro. Yeah, he's up there to me. Like that's why to me he's like in that tier right now. And like you said, maybe the athleticism has regressed a bit.
But he's falling from such a high where it's like he's still one of the best athletes right now in the league. Like,
oh yeah.
This is him on the decline. He's still That's
him
what it was. Like that's what it was for like Bron. Like second stint Cleveland Bron was not Miami LeBron athlete, but he was still like
insane. Well, even now, LeBron's still one of the most athletic players in the league.
Yeah. So
like now you probably got like Ant-Man and stuff.
Even
like
Russ is like that.
Yes.
Russ is still a very good athlete in the league.
And that's one thing I actually started considering more throughout my time away is like you can't teach athleticism. Like you just can't. Like when you got guys that's like so athletic that it's like it literally breaks the game. It's like bro. I have to roll with that. I have to roll with a guy like that. Shaq, like I do think like if someone wanted to make the case to make Shaq like the best player ever, like for like a 2-3 year span or even 1 year where they're picking him number one every single time, I can understand that. You can't teach a 7-footer who moves the way he does at 260 or 280. Like you can't teach that. He destroys the game because of that. So to me, athleticism actually plays a bigger factor than a lot of people give credit for in basketball. That I'm actually kind of turning around to. So a lot of changes.
I don't know why, because skill, at the end of the day, skill is variant based. Jump shooting is variant based. The fact that my superior athlete can go get a layup on command 9 times out of 10, that's what's gonna work. He can go get a layup. You are shooting tough contested 2s and 3s. Now when they going in, hey, ain't nothing you can do. But there are going to be days where you can't hit that step back. but I can lay the ball up every time.
Mm-hmm. Every time.
And
that's what
Shaq can go dunk. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Shaq
just does this
every time.
Shaq just does this. Like that's all he does. You don't gotta do nothing else. He just dribbles, backs up, and there's no one there. He's right underneath the basket.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me you just drop step every time you're underneath the basket, bro. What you doing? You feel me? So I understand that concept. And it actually makes sense because when you look at a lot of people's top 10s or even top 5s, who's the names, right? MJ, one of the craziest athletes we've seen in the sport. Exactly. LeBron, craziest athletes in the sport. Kareem too. Like Kareem was a crazy athlete because he's so tall, so long, and everything. Pause. But he's a crazy athlete. Shaq.
Kareem was the best athlete in the game when he was playing in his prime.
Yeah.
He was the best athlete.
Oh yeah. Kareem was. You got Wilt, crazy athlete. The
best athletes were the best players, Doug.
The best athletes were the best.
Michael Jordan was the best athlete. He was the best player. LeBron James was the best athlete. He was the best player. Shaq was the best athlete. He was the best player.
Kareem,
you have to get time when one of those skill guys gets there.
But even Kobe,
that's
right?
how insane. But that's what I'm saying. Like somebody like Kobe has to be so insanely skilled.
But Kobe's skill set overshadowed how athletic he was. He was a crazy athlete too.
Oh yeah, young Kobe was a really good athlete. He wasn't that though. But he was a really good athlete.
But even a guy like Kobe, where everyone knows him for his skill set, guess what? Like when we look at all of these guys, like in the top 10, like Kobe was a crazy athlete as well. Not to that level, but he had the skill along with great athleticism.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson, 6'9".
Yeah, Magic, exactly.
Destroys the game. The only people that weren't athletes like that was, I guess you can say, Curry, who's entered the combos, and then Bird. That's it.
And even Bird for the 80s was not. Bird for the 80s was a plus. And now he was not. You know what I'm saying? But Bird was what, 6'10"?
Yeah, Bird was 6'10". Yeah, at that time, I get what you 6'10", playing the three, grabbing. He's grabbing 10 boards a game.
What are you talking about?
At the three spot.
10 rebounds a game.
Yeah, you're right. Bird was also like for his position at that time. I do think his athleticism at that time gets underrated a bit too. I hear that point. I get that.
Now in totality, no, he's not that level athlete. But I'm saying for his time, it was more than enough athletic. I'll say that for his time.
Yeah. So that's why, like, when Giannis gets criticized for his athleticism, it's like, bro, all of the guys up there is like crazy athletic. So I don't know why he gets criticized more profoundly than everyone else, especially considering where, like, Giannis, out of those four guys we just mentioned, Luka, Jokic, Shea, I mean, he is the best defender out of all of them, and he clears Luka and Jokic. So if someone were to say, "Yo, Giannis is the best player in the league right now," cool. Like I don't see why not. But you're averaging 30 on 60, and you're sitting here. You play good defense. Like, that's insane.
Well, but the argument for which, see, this is why, like, this is where it's a contradicting argument to me, Dub, right? So they'll say that offense for an individual weighs more than defense, right? Like that.
Let's get there. Let's get there real quick. First of all, who is? I want to know who is making that the rule. One, no one can answer because they're making up the rule as they go. Who made that rule up? That's one. Two, how do you even quantify that?
Because it's based off of. But here's what it's based off the fact that, like, you can track offensive players having one singular offensive player having a substantial amount to do with the offense operating better and on a much higher level.
Without a doubt.
You can have data that supports that. It's much harder to find data that provides the same thing for defensive players other than rim protectors. The rim protectors through data have that kind of swing as far as effectiveness and defense being better on the court through just a databases, which is why everybody says that the rim protection is the most valuable thing about defense, because it is defending the easiest shot in basketball, a layup dunk, right? True, fair.
I don't even even that's subjective, because you can say that and you can say the logic. You can say the logic is understandable, but this is what I've learned, real talk, where just because something's logical doesn't mean it's always true, right? So we have come to a logical conclusion. That doesn't make it mean it's always true. For example, if someone were to get struck by lightning right outside my crib right now, right? They didn't go to the hospital or anything. Right now, I can sit here and be like, the person who's telling me, I can say, bro, and he survived. I don't believe you. There's nothing to support that at all for me to even believe the thing that you're telling me, right? It's a logical train of thought. But if that man really got struck by lightning and survived, that's just the truth. Now, if I don't choose to believe it because I have a certain set of logic that I'm trying to live off of, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen, So especially that's why I asked, how do you even quantify that? Because when we're talking about defense and offense, and this guy's offense is so much better, which means it makes up so much more, you can't even quantify that. There's no way, like you said, there's no unit of measure to really measure any of that. Measure that, rim protecting is the most important thing. To really measure, because to really measure Giannis and Luka and Jokic is so much better offensively that it makes up for the defense that Giannis provides. There's no sound way to quantify that. So in my mind, it's if there's really no sound proof way to quantify that, I'm not going to make it a big deal.
But okay, so here's the thing, though.
And it doesn't apply to every my bad.
They'll say
it really applies to the closer in gap the players become,
Yeah, but this is what they would say in return to you with that argument. They would say that no, it is quantified because we have data that shows that when this one singular offensive player is on the court, that the entirety of the offense elevates and operates at a much higher level on a play-to-play basis than when one singular defensive player is on the court doing the same thing for a defense. And the only people that the quantified data shows that the
data is based on more than just one person, right? Because you have coaching schemes that come into it. You have coaching systems, both offensively and defensively.
But see that I agree. That is, but what you're doing is you're contextualizing the statistics,
because that's
what I'm saying. That wouldn't we need to do, but the statistics do show that yes.
So the statistics show that, right?
Would be more.
So the statistics show that. The statistics show that. But when we have the understanding and the mindset, and this is where I said in the beginning, it's crazy how it works in full circle about the numbers and everything. If we all have the understanding that numbers can be influenced in the way, not even just from that own person's skill set or even that own person's value or importance, if we can understand that the numbers can be fluctuated like that, again, even with that train of thought, with using those stats to measure someone's impact on that side of the ball, it's never 100% quantified, because for that stat to be a thing, there's 5 players on the court. There's a coach on there coaching. There's a system of coaches too helping each other. There's a lot more that goes into it than just that one person. Lineups is a thing. Systems is a thing. Schemes is a thing. So if I understand all of that, I just can't just use that and just be like, yeah, that's the truth, because it could be wrong. It's logical. I'll say it's logical to come to that conclusion. I won't argue against that. It's probably logical. I just don't know if it's true. You never know if it's true or not. And that's why I say you can never really quantify that. Am I tweaking for thinking like that?
No, I agree with you. I mean, I agree. But but then I do also get the inverse of, well, at what point do we like track what these players are doing from a statistical profile? Like, what am I supposed to do? Let's this thing
Enjoy
about
the
Rudy
sport,
Gobert. I'll bring this one up. I'll bring this one up. There's this thing about Rudy Gobert when it gets switched into like these perimeter players, that Rudy Gobert's getting cooked.
Yeah, no, I gotta be fair to that. Like, let's be real. Like, anybody, like, it's majority of bigs get cooked on that. Rudy getting cooked on that too is like.
But here's the thing, though. We've been tracking people have been tracking his isolation possessions against these elite wings and guards, and it's not going how everybody just thinks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know the numbers you're talking about.
He's getting a lot of stops.
Hey man, it don't matter.
But you'll see that one highlight when they get crossed, and be like, oh, see, he can't guard.
That's
right. So at some point, like, okay, the data is showing Rudy Gobert is getting stops, but because you saw that highlight, I'm supposed to ignore that because Luka crossed him that one time. Like, I can. At some point, you have to have something to back your argument about something. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but it's not the end all be all though. True. That's also what I'm saying too.
When you brought up the rim protection being more important, then I'm guessing like perimeter defending. It's like like what you said earlier, like how can we even come to that conclusion when we don't even have the metrics now to really judge perimeter defenders and how important they really are, you know? Because in my opinion, I'm not gonna lie, and Miami has made literally a lifestyle of this. Like, bro, if you switch and help, we'll be fine. We don't need the rim protecting like that. We switch, we help, we have on-ball defenders. We'll be fine. And Miami has consistently had, throughout the time of Bam Adebayo being there, one of the better defenses in the league. They literally proven that without that rim protecting guy, you know? So to me, and even the rim protection part, like that's a lot of coaching and scheme. So like as a coach, of course, hey, you got a solid rim protector, cool. Like we'll just funnel everybody to you guys. Like that's the style that we're going to do. Greg Pop did that with Tim Duncan, right? And not that Tim Duncan is a bad defender or anything. He's still one of the greatest ones, right? But like it's a lot of system that goes into it. But especially when it gets down,
a lot of those San Antonio teams also had really good perimeter defenders too. By the way,
Bruce Bowen, Kawhi Leonard, Manu wasn't.
Manu Ginobili was a good.
Manu wasn't that was pretty good too. So like they had those players and they need all of that to make it work, you know, and especially in the playoff times when the ball is going to the best players, you need that. Like you need that guy to make it challenging. Like you're never going to stop these guys. You never will. But how many times you seen at the end of the game, they trying to get a half court set, isolation for the best player. How many times do you really see, you know, the big is making the great stop? No, especially the closer it goes down the wire. It turns to a one-on-one real quick, you know? So to me, when I have people or when I have a guy that stops them from getting to the rim, why do I need somebody to protect the rim when I got somebody stopping them from getting there? We're fine. Just switch, in my mind. But you do need both. You need both of it to, you know, there's really no way to quantify which one is important because you need both of them to be successful. Draymond Green.
But then you do have to think like, okay, even people that quote unquote stop people from getting to the rim still are letting people get to the rim. Like you
Well,
see,
that's
so
that yeah. That's because
and it's gonna
that's because of
happen
the
like,
system they have.
but that's just part of the. But no, that's not system. That's just no. They're guarding one of the best players in the world, and you're not gonna just keep one of the best players in the world in front of you the entirety of the game. That's unrealistic. Like,
no, that's not true
getting,
because because they usually typically when they're if they're letting them get by them, because that's what you said, right? Letting them.
No, I'm not saying they're letting them. I'm saying sometimes Anthony Edwards is just going to beat you, like, because he's Anthony Edwards. It's like,
yeah, you got to live with that. You got to live with that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kyrie gonna bop, hit you with a head or something, and then you're gonna have you looking foolish.
But when Derek White is over here holding his own, bro, that means so much to the crew because now the collapse is not coming. And the collapsing of the defense is really what opens up the floor for people. So, like, you're able to keep your defense from collapsing to creating mismatches because now we have to rotate. That's extremely valuable if you're able to contain that, you know? Like,
I mean,
when the Boston Celtics
theoretically, yes, but what I've actually what makes the best defenses is like everybody's like, oh, what you want to do is put a defense in rotation. You want to create an advantage, put a defense in rotation. True. But what happens when you play a defense that rotates well, that helps and rotates well? That's what OKC is. OKC, yes, do they have a bunch of great POA defenders? Sure, absolutely. But guess what? They still getting beat because it's Luka. It's like you're going to get beat. But can we help and recover and rotate well? They're like the fastest team in the league. So even after they do rotate and then you swing the ball out and you think there's leading to an open three. No, we're also there. Now we're closing out. Like, and then if you beat him because he maybe closed out too hard,
there's always a man on top.
He ran you out, he ran you off the line. Really, that was the intent. Now we also have the weak side, who is J-Dub, who can protect the rim, and he's going to rotate and protect the rim, and then we're going to rebound. We rotate the best. That's why we're the best. So it's not about I don't know. I feel like it's about they go hand in hand. You want great POAs, so then the rim protection have more beat of a step to get there because they fought like, they had to fight to get to the basket, whereas it's just a clean blow by. Now that makes you be late. Now you done got dunked on. If the POA could have held him up for half a second, you would have got the block.
And that's where Rudy Gobert is actually a good example of this because what happened on Utah when guys were getting beat, he's getting yammed on. He's getting laid on because that little stop means so much that now it kills everything. And Rudy Gobert is actually, it's a perfect example of that, where when he doesn't have that, guess what's going to happen? Now he's going to look like he's one of the worst defenders in the league. And that's why, and not to say that he doesn't make up for it. Like, I think he's still a great rim protector, but that's why, like, it just really goes hand in hand so much. There's really not one way to say which one's important, because the same way that the rim protector makes the POAs look good, the POAs can make the freaking rim protector look good or make them even look worse than what they actually are. And Rudy Gobert is a victim of that.
And what I like about OKC is that they don't do that lazy bailout thing that most NBA teams do, which burns most NBA teams. So what most NBA teams do is, you know what? We'll pre-rotate and help off so much so that we'll play percentages and leave this weak shooter wide open. Right? That's still an NBA player, though. And sometimes you leaving that weak shooter open the entirety of the series, which OKC had to learn their lesson from the Maverick series. Just sitting there, let PJ Tucker shoot the ball. I mean, not PJ Tucker, PJ Washington shoot the ball. Hey, and sometimes they burn you.
Yeah,
and so now what you saw a lot of now this season was help off because they're also here's the other thing, Dub. They got the best group of POA defenders in the league. They have more gap help. They 9 times out of 10, they got more gap help than anybody else too in the league.
Yeah.
So you playing
so
great
fast.
POA with great gap help. And then you swing the ball thinking that's going to be maybe a release valve to a 3, but they've closed out on that.
Yeah.
They're going to close out. They're going to make you play. And, hey, man, that's a great – hey, I love watching OKC defend, bro. I like that maybe even more than watching them play offense, to be honest with you.
The defense is better than their offense, so that's not crazy to say.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm with you, man. They – like what Caruso – and what's it called? Woodley said it here. Oh, shoot. My bad. J-Dub talked about how great they were communicating in the defensive side. The stat can't tell you this. Yeah, like that, watching them play, seeing how they communicate, and like you can tell like they're all cool with each other. They have cohesiveness, you know? And that chemistry right there, it's beautiful to watch on the defensive side because they're constantly having each other's back. Whenever I'll be locking on defense, I'm not gonna lie, real talk. I'm one of those guys that I start talking a lot, not talking crap, but I'm basically like, yo, bro, listen, I'm gonna press up here. I said if he beats me, because sometimes he'll just get a screen and then just rip it through. I said, bro, just switch immediately. I'm going to yours every single time, and then he'll let me know when he's switching and everything. I love playing like that. Like it's mad fun. I don't have the stamina like I used to do that all the time, but when it gets to like those tight moments, it's awesome. So, you know, when J-Dub and OKC are playing with each other, I just love seeing it, man, because it's like stopping people. I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those people, like stopping somebody and like stopping a team to the point, especially good offensive teams, to where like they can't do nothing, bro. Like the Giants versus 07 Patriots. Bro, that's wild. Like that's I dope.
Mean, that's essentially what OKC just did. I like that. Yeah, that was a very impressive. That was very impressive what they did, man. And very impressive.
They made it. They did well, man. And I'm happy.
I don't know why it would change. I mean, like they're not going to get.
You got them going back to back.
I mean. Why wouldn't they? Like, are they bringing back the same squad?
Yeah, they're bringing up pretty much the same crew. I think they're going back to back. I don't see I really don't see anyone else beating them.
Because I think J-Dub's going to be an even better offensive player next year. I think Shay's. I mean, at this point, Shay's just Shay, bro. Like it's 36-6 on like
the only team. The only team I think could beat them is Houston. And that's mainly because they're very flexible. Because especially if Chet's shooting the way he did in the postseason, you know, they have size.
Houston scores,
huh?
That's the thing. I don't know how Houston scores against OKC.
Listen, but I get that, but they match up well. That's why I said they could. I would still pick OKC. But Houston's like the one team where I'm like, okay, you got bigs because they got Clint as well. They got Clint. They got Adams. They got Sengun. They can match up with size. They have good defenders. They have a good defense, right? You got Tari Eason, Jabari Smith. Did I say Jabari Smith? Jabari Parker?
No,
what's his name again? It's Jabari Smith, right?
Yeah.
Jabari Smith.
Jabari Parker is the one. Is the
Milwaukee guy, right?
Duke.
Yeah. And then Amen Thompson, you know, leading the way POA, like that would give OKC a lot of problems for them offensively, to me. And we just got to see how KD, if he's able to carry that offense, like, and he don't even have to like handle the ball rock. If he's shooting efficiently, if he's, you know, giving you that 50-40 in the postseason, man, and they can't do nothing about it, that's a tough matchup to me. If I'm OKC, that's definitely a tough matchup where I think OKC could pull it off I was still side with OKC, but man, because KD don't have to do a lot on Houston. You know, they got other ball handlers that can help.
But here's the thing, though. I think OKC absolutely clamps Kevin Durant.
I don't know who they're gonna put him on. J-Dub. What lineup are they? What lineup are they using?
Pick your poison. Who you want on them? Caruso? You want Dort on them? You want J-Dub on them?
Mm-hmm.
We'll let Chet get a few possessions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What?
I don't know.
I don't know.
KD could just shoot over them, bro. You gotta remember that dude tall, bro.
I know, but
and again, he doesn't have to do as much. Like he don't have to handle the rock like that. He could keep playing off ball, get it to when he needs it. Like he shouldn't, in my opinion, like he shouldn't be doing this heavy ISO ball. I don't think he should.
That is a series screaming terrible Kevin Durant series. With the last time he played a similar team like that defensively was Boston in 22.
Yeah, but he was one of the.
Looked.
But it was him and Kyrie, and that's it. No one else. And then, especially with Harden leaving in the middle scene, I say it all the time for 22. Like, what did you want that team to do? Like, Kyrie was part-time because of COVID. Like, they had no gel. They literally was playing like 2v2 the whole game, which is easy to stop. So in my head, ideally, on a team like the Houston Rockets, where they already have chemistry with each other, KD's just getting mixed into there.
But they have chemistry of being a bad offensive unit, dog. They're a bad.
I'm serious. If Jalen Green actually hit his shots, that offense is looking a lot better. Jalen Green is terrible.
They didn't have. I think they had one player. They had one player on the roster that qualified as far as like shot attempts that had a above average true shooting.
Listen,
they had one player that was like
this.
50, bro. A man can't shoot. The only reason why they had a decent offensive rating is because they were an offensive rebounding demon team.
Yes,
they just grabbed a lot of their misses and laid it back up.
But listen, that was
offense.
KD, I think KD opens it up for him. If Jalen Green, I'm so serious. If Jalen Green shot the way KD did, the whole offense is looking different in my mind. So that's why I'm saying you have KD there. The whole offense they're going to be able to feed off of each other so much better because of that. Jalen Green was supposed to be the guy to create space, but when he's shooting tour dates and everything, it's like, we don't have to respect this, and then makes the offense stagnant. KD being there, bro, and KD's in like the best shooting version of himself.
But this is what I'm saying, though, Dub. Let's say, okay, they're running a set, and Sengun is setting a pin down for Kevin Durant, and when Amin throws Kevin Durant right off of that pin down, they immediately double KD, and KD makes that pocket pass in Sengun, right? So he's created the advantage in the double.
Yeah.
If Sengun can't make the little float shot like he couldn't last year,
but hey, this is
not as bad, bro. They were bad. Right? They were bad offensive players. Do you see my wall? I watched the Rockets, bro. They weren't just a Jalen Green away from being a good offense. Trust me.
But
that is a very limited.
But one player can't change a lot, right? With that double team coming, which creates a bit more space for Sengun, that floater that was missing now. Basketball is really a game of centimeters. That floater that was missing now, all of a sudden could be going in. Because of that little space that he created.
If Sengun has gotten, I think the only way the Rockets, because people are thinking like the Rockets get KD, and that's going to like substantially boost their offense. And let me tell you something right now. if that does end up being the result, that means that those other ancillary players have gotten much better, and not because of Kevin Durant. Because if Kevin Durant, as is, played with those Rocket players from last year when they were just missing stuff that was wide speaking open to begin with.
Yeah.
Nah,
yes, they were. You were right.
I saw them miss a whole bunch of wide open shots.
They were
wide open.
No, you're right with that. You're right with that. A lot of it was Jalen Green, though.
But not all of it. In fact, most of it wasn't just Jalen Green.
But listen, when you got a guy,
he added to it.
When you got on a guy crew who could spark momentum like KD, it could change a lot. No?
Now I don't disagree with the thought that they will get better, because all of these players are these are young players. So I mean, you would think, optimistically, that Sengun would come back a little bit better than he was last year. I mean, he looked amazing. Granted, it's Eurobasket, so but he looked amazing over there, right? Amen Thompson, you would assume that he gets better.
Mm-hmm. Remember, you gotta remember what I'm
saying. All the young players.
You gotta remember what I'm saying though. Like, I'm not saying Houston's gonna beat OKC, but I'm thinking more optimistically. Where if things pan out the way it should, Houston's the only team that I can see really doing that. And KD being there, in my mind, KD being there, having a guy like that in general, a guy who, I think it takes 6 threes a game, shoots 40 plus. He demands respect as soon as he gets the ball, even off ball. That opens up so many things for your team. That's why Steph was so great, even Luka as well, and they're able to create so many disadvantages because they demand attention off rip. So KD being there, demanding that attention, to me, it makes it easier for everyone else to start getting off. So,
but KD,
when I'm thinking optimistically, when I can see them matching up pretty well defensively versus OKC, the only question is how good is that offense going to be to put them over the edge? And KD is still one of the players in the league that, he can make that Sims. He can. I'm not saying he will. He can make it substantially better, especially in that role right there and what they need. He can. It can happen. I want to bank on it. I'm not banking on that.
I mean, sure, theoretically. I've accepted Kevin Durant for who and what Kevin Durant is, especially at this point in his career. They don't Kevin Durant,
he just got to shoot well.
But this is what I'm saying though. Kevin Durant never throughout his career, bro. OKC's the most physical team in the NBA, and this dub. They have one of. You're at their mercy at this point now because they're known as a great defense, so they just get to foul. And that's what happens when you're a great. Yeah. Lou Dort just gets to foul you. Hey, I don't know what to tell you. Kevin Durant has never fared well against a bunch of really good athletes who are quicker than him, stronger than him, and get to play physical.
That is kind of crazy though. I'm not gonna lie. They called the league soft, but I'm not gonna lie. OKC was fouling.
Bro, they beat you up, bro. OKC beat you up.
Yeah. And you know what? Fair point. If they ain't blowing that whistle, I mean, I ain't got nothing to say to that. I'm not gonna lie. I got nothing to say to that. They ain't blowing that whistle. They pushing KD like that, especially at this age. I'm with you there. I ain't got nothing to say to that. Okay, Houston's the only team though I can really see this team really beating OKC. That's about it. No one.
I can see Denver. Jokic is amazing. And then
I don't know. I mean, Denver, they got the issues with the office and stuff, and then the coaching. It's Denver, I'm off them. I mean, Mike Malone getting fired was crazy. That was insane to me.
I mean, they did just take him to 7, though. I mean,
you said what?
They did just take him to 7 this past year.
He did take him to 7, but I don't see a team getting better like that with that kind of
Aaron Gordon was hurt game 7.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, maybe MPJ was the one holding them back. No, yo, you be what you see at yo. We gotta talk about MPJ. A different episode. That guy is MPJ's on a run.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he in debt? Is the NBA money not enough?
He got the money. He said he said, bro, God bless me with money. I don't have a wife though. He said they blessed my brother with a wife. I mean, blessed my brother with a wife, but not with money. I'm like, yo, MPJ's crazy, bro. MPJ's. I understood what he meant by that, though. People making fun of him for that, but they're dragging it with him, man. I'm not gonna lie. I get what he's saying. I guess you know what it is. It's right message, wrong messenger with him. It's like MPJ.
Oh,
like,
I do want to add a team though. Just FYI, if the Lakers get a two-way wing, yeah, we there.
Yeah, without a doubt. I like that for the Lakers.
Because OKC don't want to see Luka. Because see, Luka, we big and strong ourselves. You feel me?
Luka be bullying.
Like, we'll bum with you, Lou Dort. You know what I'm saying? We'll bump with you.
Yeah. But hey, listen, that's all I got for tonight. This went way longer than I actually planned. But I mean, that's why I like talking to you, man. I think we feed off each other well. So that's dope, man. You got anything to say before we head out?
Appreciate you having me once again, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody in the chat, the viewers. It's fun to have Dub back. You know what I'm saying? Dub's been going. Seems like we're getting Dub back for the season, man. So I anticipate that I'll be over here throughout the year, and Dub will, come to a stream or two of mine throughout the year, watch a game or something. So yeah, fun to have Dub back, man. And get to talk to you more often.
Yeah, man. I think this season is gonna be great. We're definitely back on track. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of didn't really want to do this anymore, but God said, he said, I'm not gonna lie, real talk. God was like, yeah, I'm not gonna give you any more excuses not to do it anymore, so you might as well do it now. I'm just like, okay, man, you got it. So salute to y'all, man. Like the video, subscribe. Appreciate Real Talk for what he's been doing. So he had a great year last year. He's gonna have even more better years to come, man. I'll be wishing and praying that for him, man. But other than that, man, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see y'all, man. Peace.